Hello again, Alex from Barefaced, and if you're not sick of guitar drivers yet, well I am, but these are more thinking about the 12-inch Celestion range and which 112s we should compare against each other so you can hear the tone individually of different 12-inch speakers. So this isn't mixing, this is head-to-head. And I've been doing a lot of thinking and pondering and thinking, right, okay, so I think we should do these low power ferrite ones, the anniversary, the EVH and the greenback, and also do that again with this low power one, the blue over there, as a sort of low power forks. We've got three, hold on, I could have sworn there was another cab in here, but anyway, we will have 4 demo 112s in here, 2 Usurper 112Ws, that's the wider 112, and 2 Reformer 112, so we can quickly demo 4 different speakers easily, and I think that's a good amount for flicking between them and back and forth, playing different things, having a listen, having a chat, you guys hearing it through a room mic, because I think that will give you the most honest answer of what they sound like. So yeah, some low power ones. I think you need to hear the Alnicos. We probably won't bother with the Ruby because I think that's getting discontinued, but yeah, hopefully I haven't let the cat out of the bag there. But anyway, Ruby, that's nowhere near as popular. So those 3 Alnicos, blue, cream, gold, and reference that to the Vintage 30, because the Vintage 30 was an attempt by Celestion to make a ferrite version of the blue. I think we need to do the Neo posse, so that's the cream back, the Neo V-type, 250 copper back, and the BN12 300S, because so you can hear what these sort of super lightweight Neo speakers all sound like. They're going to be quite different tonally to each other. I think we need to do the creamback family, so G12H, G12M, Neo creamback, and the redback, which is basically the hot rodded creamback. It's like the step on, like you go greenback, creamback, redback. I'll put all these in that bit, you know, down there so you can read the list, because that's far too small. So you can see the list of what I'm suggesting, and you can let me know which we should do first, because this is going to be quite a lot of videos for us to make, and we'll get better as we do it, but let's get the popular stuff out first, and you know, if we need to revisit it, so be it. I think we should do A-type, hemp back, creamback M, because the hemp back's meant to be in between them. To me, this is all about continuums. This is about, there's a sound here, there's a sound there, and these are some in-between sounds if we can find them. Or these are 3 sounds that run in a continuum. This is another reference point which is popular, so you know how it relates. I think we should do the V30 versus the V-type, and then I think the Neo V-type, and then probably the Neo creamback, because the V-type's meant to be kind of in between the creams and the Vintage 30. So, but that's also a Neo and that's a Neo, so I think that grouping makes sense to me. Tell me if you think I'm wrong on this front. I think we should do the high power stuff, so that would be the red back, copper back, BN12 300S, and I think we might as well reference that to the Vintage 30 because loads of you know what that sounds like, and although it isn't as high power as those, it's a very loud speaker. What else am I thinking? Creamback H versus the Heritage over here, the 65 Heritage, which is like a harder, tighter, less rich, you know, sort of drier version of the creamback. And then against the Vintage 30 and the G12T75, because they are your really quite full-on rock metal speakers. Probably won't do the G12K100 because again, that may not be long for this world. So, but I do think we should do the red back against the lead AT, T75 and 65 Heritage. So that's again our more metally end of rock guitar. And then another thing, so I think that's all the single 12 demo videos that have come to my mind of combinations I'd like to hear. At some point we can do something where we actually record them all, or we record a load of guitar signals and then we reamp. So we record it pre-valve amp and then can DI that through the front end of the valve amp so you get all the valve interaction, and then record samples with lots of mics. But there's quite a lot of editing and faffing, and suddenly a quick video turns into a day's work, and we don't have a day to do stuff right now. We've got cabs to build. We're busy. There's an order queue and we've got to keep up with it. We don't want you guys waiting for unnecessarily long to get your things because we're getting distracted by making videos. So yeah, let's keep things rolling fast. But these other ideas, I'm thinking, okay, well, what about going from a 2x12 to a 1x12? And bear in mind, that is analogous to going from a 4x12 to a 2x12. So the change in sound you're going to get from a 412 to a 212 is very, very similar to the change in sound you'll get from a 212 down to a 112. So let's have a look and see if a 212 with the anniversaries in, how that sounds tonally compared to a 112 with a cream back H, or a 112 with a neo cream back. I mean, that's quite an interesting investigation. Likewise, EVH or greenback 212s versus the M or the neo creamback, as the neo seems to sit somewhere between the M and the H. I'd like to hear two blues versus a gold, two blues versus a cream, and I'd like to hear two creams, creamback M versus a redback, and two cream H's versus a redback. You could even do two neo creambacks versus a redback, but yeah. And that's as far as I've got with this thinking of 112s to demo and 212s versus 112 to demo. So presumably, if you're watching this video, you play guitar, or you're a very geeky bass player, or you're a producer type or an engineer who'd like to know more. But I'd like to know which of these you've tried and which if you've found relate to each other. Did you use this one and then went to this one because it was more your sound? Did you use this one and then got something with this in and didn't like that as much? Yeah, combinations, because it's a complicated world out there, and I would like to understand all of it, which seems to be impossible, but I just like to know how everything works. I am plagued by curiosity. So let us answer my curious questions and answer yours, hopefully too. So I will see you next time. Hey, that was short, under 10 minutes. I must ramble less. Thank you. I've been Alex from Barefaced. We make awesome cabs. This is our old logo. That's the new one behind me that you can't see properly because it's cut off the screen because it's too big. We should make a smaller one day. Anyway, see you next time. Thank you very much, Internet. I'll be back.